Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to check out the Harbor Power Bank. Now this one actually is the largest power bank I've been able to check out on the channel with 30,000 milliampere supported capacity on this unit. It has a 10-watt wireless charger, has quick charge 3.0 as well as power delivery on the port. So we have USB-C, standard USB type A, all in all, including as well an IP65 rating to be able to give us nice protection as well as a solar panel on the back of this guy. Let's not waste any time. This is TK. Let's go ahead and check out the Harbor Power Bank. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified whenever we have new videos on the channel. So this is the package I got directly from Harbor. They sent me two different solar panels because we're actually able to daisy chain them. Each one of them has a 6-panel, basically solar panels. So there's one here, but if I open it up here, you'll notice right there, there's one and there's 6 panels again. There is a USB type C style connector here, as well as a USB type A style connector to be able to charge up our device, as well as daisy chain them. Again, you connect one over to the other and then the output port from the third one, and then you're actually able to increase the power output from both of these panels to either charge your smartphone or directly the actual Harbor Power Bank. Now, as far as the actual unit itself, we have the main solar panel, again, one panel as opposed to what we get here, which is 6 panels per actual connector here. As well as what we have here is an indicator for solar power. So if this is facing the sun, this indicator will turn green, and then at this point we know we're charging our panel. Keeping in mind that of course this is one panel, it's not going to be able to charge this entire 30,000 milliampere in a very fast time. It may have taken literally about almost a couple of days for that. But that's why we augmented with these panels, which essentially is this panel multiplied by 6 for each set. Indicator here for 25, 50, 75, and 100% charging if you're charging it via the solar panels, or if you're also charging them via the wired connection that's available at the top. On the other side, we have some more information here. And as you can see, it's there, right there. The micro USB input that we're going to look at is a DC 5 volt at 2 amp, 9 volt at 2 amp, as well as the USB type C is a DC 5 volt 3 amps or 9 volts at 2 amp. And of course, the type C has a power delivery output of 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 2 amp, and 12 volts at 1.5 amps. The wireless charging is up to 10 watts, and that's really cool. Fast wireless charging on my Samsung device. And the last thing, of course, is the other output ports. We have 2 more at basically at 5 volts at 3 amps. 2 flashlights that are positioned up there that are actually kind of crossed, so whenever you're using them, they actually pretty much right there mount directly into one spot. Go ahead and turn it off. Do we have a multifunction button? One push turns it on. Double pressing it will turn on the light, and then of course we have additional modes that we're able to turn on. We'll get a chance to check them out. But that's pretty much it. It actually is very nice. It does have some weight, obviously. It's a massive battery that we have built in here, but this is portable. This should be very easily, you'll be able to basically travel with it. It's basically 30,000 milliampere or 111 watt hours. So that's just generally for your information. Now, you're able to charge it directly with the solar panel, or if we open up the port at the top, again, IP65 rating means water and dust resistance, so that we should be able to, God forbid it does get a splash and the ports are not open, meaning it's actually closed all the way, you should be able to basically have it protected. And all the other ports are actually covered very nicely. Here we have 4 ports, 4 type A. The blue one obviously is the quick charge 3.0. The power delivery is present right here, as well as the micro USB. Now, micro USB is primarily intended to be as an input, not an output. So USB-C as well as the 4 USB type A will be used to charge up our other devices, as I'm showing you right there. I have 3 smartphones connected, as well as a 4th one, and of course wireless charging on the back at the same time as actually charging my laptop. So I was actually charging the MacBook 14 that I just reviewed on the channel. If you'd like to check that out, it was actually posted last week. Other than that, I think when you're using it overall, it's great for travel, and of course the power bank is actually rated to be able to provide you powers up to 30 hours using the flashlight. So even if you're not charging anything, you should be able to still use these things for up to 30 hours. And as I'm showing you right now with the actual light, there's different modes. There's obviously SOS modes, or just regular high power, mid power, as well as the SOS options. And then when you're done at the end, just double press the power button and you're able to go back to normal. As far as the actual power capacity that we have here, the reason why we have 2 different solar panels, again, each panel has 6 different panels in it. So we'll open it up right there, you'll notice, and they're all pretty much the same kind of panels that we're looking at them. So overall, up to 6 panels that you're able to basically connect. Now they do have the nice little carabiner loops there, so you'll be able to basically mount it. And of course, when you're actually using them together, you are able to actually increase the power output to be able to charge either your smartphone or the power bank. If you're using one panel or one set of panels with the charger, that'll take you roughly about 11 hours. If you're going to use both of them, that's roughly about 7 hours worth of output to be able to charge up the full battery. Of course, if you're just going to end up using the main panel right here, this is going to take you a really way too long of a time. I think it's mostly intended there for topping off in case you do forget them, but I think for the main thing, otherwise it'll take you forever. You do need to either have this type of technology as far as the solar panels, or use the wired connection to charge it up. Now the last thing as far as exposure, the unit itself obviously is a power bank, and if you're charging your smartphone outdoors, you definitely want to be able to make sure to protect your device. Smartphones are not intended to be basically left out in the open under the sun for an extended amount of time. So I would definitely put your device somewhere protected, and of course make sure that the panels are facing the sun directly and getting the most or the maximum amount of sun exposure to get the best amount of output energy possible. They do have some technologies in here to be able to protect your devices. So obviously there's an over voltage protection, an input anti-plug protection issue, short circuit protection, temperature protection, and overcharging protection. So it's not going to basically be wasting the power that it's actually saving you. As far as overall weight, it's about 760 grams or 26.8 ounces. And of course, as you can see here with the measurement, it's about 188 millimeters and about 99.5 millimeters wide. It's actually not that thick as well. It's about 36.8 millimeters. The overall output on the ports, again, the micro USB port is at 9 volt and 2 amps. That's going to be basically what you're using to charge the unit itself. The USB 2.0 USB type A ports are going to be running at 5 volts at 3 amps. The wireless charger up to 10 watts. And of course, if you're using all of these ports at the same time, just be understanding that the output will definitely run at the minimum. If you're charging one thing at a time, you're definitely going to get the best performance. Of course, the Quick Charge 3.0 port here is an output at basically 9 volts to 2 amps, and the USB type C with power delivery support of 9 volt to 2 amps. Now, the solar panels obviously are going to be providing us the best experience. Again, you can daisy chain 2 and up to 3 units at the same time. And of course, I can see here the output power that we have here is up to 10 watts, but essentially with the maximum power is up to 10 watts. So DC 5 volts at 2 amps up to 10 watts. So to summarize the experience with the Harbor Power Bank, currently it's on Indiegogo. The campaign I think has a few more days to go. It sells for about $59 for the power bank itself, and they have additional accessories and combos that you're able to pick up from them. For me, the power bank itself, having the large capacity, portability of being able to actually travel with this, and of course the fact that the matter is it supports power delivery and Quick Charge 3.0 as well as fast wireless charging, and all of that in a package that is IP65 rated, makes it so that I don't have to worry about the power bank. If my bag gets wet, it rains on me, everything is fine. Now you are able to use the solar panel on it to charge the unit itself, although it's not going to be the most efficient process. And of course those solar panels that I shared with you guys, those are additional things that you're able to pick up from them. And I like the fact that we can actually daisy chain them. So you can actually put up to 3. They only sent me 2, but you can technically open them up as long as you're getting the mass amount of basically solar exposure. You should be able to actually charge almost any device that needs power either via USB-A or USB-C. I think at the end of the day, this is definitely a great package for emergency power. The flashlights can last up to 30 hours. At the end of the day, this should be able to handle anything you throw at it. It does even come with a 1-year warranty as well. I want to say thank you very much to Harbor for allowing me to check out this power bank as well as the additional accessories that they sent out. I'll give you guys a link to the actual campaign directly right there in the description below. Let me know what you guys think. If you're thinking about picking up something like this, I would love to know your thoughts as far as, do you look for large capacity power banks, and of course the flexibility of having power delivery as well as quick charge, because generally it's one or the other, as well as the fact that very few will have a wireless charger that is also a fast wireless charger up to 10 watts. This is TK. I'll see you guys in the next video.